was midnight. I had awoken to a parched feeling. I rose out of my bed and walked to the end of the hall. I was about to head downstairs into the kitchen when I suddenly heard a thud, followed by a whispering noise coming from behind me. The whispering seemed to be coming from the guest room across from my bedroom. Suddenly it stopped and I decided it was just my mind playing tricks on me, like it often does. I headed down the creaky wooden steps and opened the kitchen door. It was dark in there. Not that it usually wasn't dark at midnight, but this was a weird darkness. Surreal. I flicked the light switch, but the light just wouldn't turn on, so I walked into the darkness frantically searching for the cupboard handle. My hand finally gripped onto the handle and I pulled it open. I then grabbed a glass. At that moment I heard another large thud coming from upstairs. It startled me and I dropped my glass. I was scared by then. I rushed back to my room and hid beneath the covers. No matter how much I tried, I couldn't get back to sleep. Perhaps it was my thirst, or maybe the thought of leaving the glass scattered on the floor like that. No, I knew it was my fear of that noise. Out of nowhere I heard that whispering again, this time sounding as if it was coming from right outside my bedroom door. I started to hyperventilate. I was never good in these sorts of situations. I guess that's the reason I never really got into watching horror movies. The whispering noise began to grow louder. I finally worked up the nerve and screamed, "Shut up!" The house grew silent, along with my breathing. I gathered my thoughts and uncovered myself. I felt as if I were in a daze as I headed towards the door. I opened it very slightly and took a good look into the hall. It was empty and quiet. I took a step outside of my room and took a better look around. That's when I heard that thud again. It was coming from the guest room. I inhaled and exhaled a gust of air as I swung the door to the guest room open, and then I was met with a great horror. There was a man hung from the ceiling fan, swaying and occasionally hitting the wall. I backed out of the room and ran downstairs. I tried to open my front door when I suddenly heard the whispering noise again. This time it was clear. I tried to tell you not to enter the guest room,